Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Houston Astros taking on the Minnesota Twins. First pitch coming your way next. So just about set now, and on the hill for the Twins, Louis Varland.
Well, they're going with the opener in this one, so this is an interesting look. He's probably only going to pitch an inning, maybe two at the most, and it's going to be unconventional. I think he's going to pitch backwards, more off speed, and then fastballs late.
All right, ready to get underway. And stepping in for the Astros, Jose Altuve. Up and in, and away we go this afternoon. Next offering is in for a strike.
Altuve has a lot of history with the Astros. In fact, he's played so many seasons in Houston that he's the only player to be named an All-Star in both leagues while playing for the same team. You know, Boog, Altuve goes back all the way to those Astros days in the NL Central before they moved to the AL West.
Next offering is downstairs.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
And down on strikes he goes. And there's one away. Isaac Paredes up next for the Astros. Pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. One out, base is empty. And a seed into center. That's a base hit. Man at first with one gone. Now the left fielder, Yordan Alvarez. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. And a big swing and a miss.
He's trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
Paredes, the runner at first with one gone in the inning. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And now it's Christian Walker. That one's upstairs, ball one.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Two on, one out. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss. Now 1-2.
Well, just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. 2 out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Yainer Diaz stands in here, takes ball one low. 2 aboard, 2 outs. In the air, left side. Larnach makes the catch, and that is that. 2 left for the Astros, and now the Twins will go to work on offense. We've got no score. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back in Minnesota, and on the hill, Spencer Arrighetti. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
Well, he's not a rookie, but still very young in this game, learning his craft. I think the key is getting consistent reps and the opportunity to develop his stuff. Looking forward to watching him pitch in this one.
And now the right fielder, Matt Wallner. There's a strike. Next pitch is downstairs. Swing and a miss as he was late.
I would throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. And here comes Carlos Correa. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. One down, base is empty. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
It's 0-1.
Man at first, 1 away. The next pitch misses. 1-1.
1-1.
Fastball is outside. Swing and a miss. That's the sweeper.
2-2.
Outside low, and it's 3-2.
You got a full count.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Now, this was a story we were paying attention to before the game. We've seen him give up walks in the past, and it's an issue once again early on.
First and second, 1 out. And next will be the cleanup hit. That one is absolutely belted. Gone! He muscles that one out of here. His first homer of the year, and it gives him the lead in the first. It's 3-0. The brighter the lights, the more he shines.
Yeah, this guy lives for big moments, and right there made a statement big time. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
1 down. And now the first baseman, Ty France. And there's the strike.
No balls. One strike.
He swings and fouls one off. Pitch misses,
No, that missed. That's a ball.
and that is ball one.
Really good
1-2.
take, especially with 2 strikes.
Got him looking for the K. He's got to be frustrated with that call.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
This is Willie Castro.
0-1.
Two out, space is empty. Now one missed.
1-1.
There's a swing and a miss.
1-2's the count.
Swings and misses. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. But the Twins get a 3-run shot. It's now 3-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back at Target Field, new inning getting started. And now the shortstop, Jeremy Pena. Varland back to work. Swing and a foul, pushed off to the right. Pena getting to start at shortstop, batting 6th in today's lineup. And he was born in the Dominican Republic. The shortstop takes the ball. Next offering is in for a strike. That one hit to right. Walner hauls it in for the out. And there's one down. Now it's Brendan Rodgers. That one finds the zone. Strike one. And that's in the dirt. Line drive. Makes the grab for the second out. Two outs, base is empty. Now it's the right fielder, Cam Smith. There's a swing and a drive. And a foul ball. Swings through that one.
Just a bit late on that 0-1 breaking ball. 0-2 hole now. He's going to have to shorten up, tighten things up if he's going to have a good at bat.
Swing and a ground ball. Throws to first. Third out. 1-2-3 go the Astros. They trail in this one 3-0. And we're back. Here's the second baseman, Edouard Julien. Fastball for a strike. That's down and in. What a stop. Jump throw across his body, but he beats it out. And the leadoff man is on with an infield single.
The effort was there with the jump throw. You got to love it, but it just wasn't in time. Still a really impressive play just to get to that ball and make it close at first. And not every shortstop can even make that play.
So a man at first. Now at the plate, Jose Miranda. Here's a swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. Here's Christian Vasquez. And a foul ball. And there's a ball.
Curveball kind of backed up on him there. I think it just slid out of the hand a little bit too soon.
First and second, no outs. Bottom half of inning number 2. A little out front there as he swings through it.
1 and 2, the count.
That misses the zone, and it's 2 and 2. Now one missed. And that'll load the bases.
Runner take your base.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make a call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Pulls it in on the run. And there's one away.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Now Correa up to hit. Singled and scored his first time. Lifted in the air, right field. Smith brings it in with a nice running grab.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
So they're all loaded up. Byron Buxton, the next twin up to hit. Yeah, don't need much damage here, just a base hit. Likely will score 2. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. And the inning is over. Twins leave the bases loaded, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top half of the 3rd inning, and now the center fielder, Jake Myers. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. First offering, and it just misses.
Boog, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
Buxton racing over to make the catch. Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve. 0 for 1 after striking out looking to start the game. And there's a foul ball. Comes up empty.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
Upstairs.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Got it. That K is his 3rd of the game.
I can't argue with that one, and clearly he was looking for something else, anything but the breaking ball. It's a great pitch to hit right there if you're looking for it, and kind of a gift in a 2-strike count, but sometimes you just get fooled and you got to tip your cap.
Paredes at the plate for the 2nd time as he takes ball 1.
You have to be creative pitching against bad ball hitters. You got to add some velocity, subtract at times. Just avoiding the heart of the plate isn't always going to be enough. Guys like this can hurt you with pitches you wouldn't expect them to swing at. Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot.
Fought off foul. And that's outside. Yordan Alvarez.
3-1.
Up next for the Astros. And that's ball 4.
That's ball 4. Take your base.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
And that one wrapped foul. Just missed. Down the right field line. That's a base hit. And now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
The first baseman, number 8, Christian.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Christian Walker up next for the Astros. Check swing on the first pitch. Appeal down to first. And Joe McDonald says he went around. Paredes at third. Alvarez on at first with 2 down. Now a screamer into the outfield. Dives. What a play.
A bit of a do or die there. He lays out, makes the diving catch, and he strands a couple of runners.
Bottom of the inning. Now the Minnesota cleanup hitter, Trevor Larnach.
Here's someone that loves playing at home, and who can blame him? His numbers are historically better, and he's already 1 for 1 out of the chute.
Just missed.
Been a rough start on the mound for this guy. His 3rd inning, so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do to give your team a little bit of length in this one.
Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. Swung on, belted. That's back. And gone! Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 4-0.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Ty France, the next Twin up to hit. That one at 95 missed up top, and that's ball one. Fastball is outside.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the last half of the third. Line drive, caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
And now for the Twins, Willie Castro. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Edge of the zone, called a strike. It's 0-1. One down, base is empty. And it's fouled away. Swing and a miss. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Fires to first in time.
Well, that's such a critical pitch in terms of execution right there. The pitcher has to finish it. Otherwise, probably gets hit pretty hard. If you leave that out over the plate or you don't get it down enough, quickly turns into something that gets smoked. But if you can place it where he did, it's a really deceptive pitch.
2 down, base is empty. Now it's the second baseman, Edouard Julien. And ball one.
1 ball, no strikes.
Next pitch misses way outside. A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Swing and a miss, and now 2-2.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
And down on strikes. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Major League Baseball is on the show. Out of the 4th, and now the catcher comes up to him. Yainer Diaz. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. Just missed.
You come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get a little more aggressive on your...
Oh, and that deflects off his glove. Still able to get it there in time. And they do get the out. And now they'll hustle out to check on him. That was quite a shot he took as you see him down on a knee.
Yeah, clearly in some real pain, but he will not want to come out of this game if he doesn't have to. It's looking to me like he's going to try to shake it off and continue.
Jeremy Pena up next for the Astros. Flied to right his first time.
So I'll say this as a former position player and base stealer. When you come into a game and you've got a guy like this behind the dish with a big arm, you really have to change your approach. Can't try to steal because you'll get thrown out. Maybe get a little...
This one's into the gap in left center, and that should be extra bases. Safely into second. He's got a double.
great hands on that swing. Took the barrel right to the baseball, caught it out front, and ripped it into the gap. At that point, there's probably no question in his mind that he was going for two. That's just a great feeling. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ballgame.
One out, runner at second. Brendan Rodgers up next for the Astros. And that drops in for a strike. And a swing and a miss.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a line drive, base hit to left field. Pena around third. He will score. The throw into second, pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. He got a pitch he could get to out front, kept his bat through the ball, and didn't pull off or roll his hands over. And that allowed him to rip that ball down the line for the double.
One out, runner at second. And now the right fielder, Cam Smith, grounded out his first time up. And that is in for a strike. 0-1. Rodgers, the runner at second with one away. And that's outside. Ball one. Just missed. Ball. That one fouled off. 2-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. One out and a runner at second. Top half of inning number 4. Just misses with that one.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
At the belt and fires. Chopped left side. Miranda on the run, sends it over to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
The center fielder is Jake Myers.
Jake Myers digs in now. Fly to center his first time. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. That's off the mark, and it's 1-0.
And I would say that most great defensive outfielders, it's kind of natural. There is some work that you can do to it to improve your game, but ultimately, you either have it or you don't. There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial Gold Glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid.
2-2.
Remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed. Fought off foul. Myers stays alive.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. Next pitch misses outside. 3-2 now.
Full count.
Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. He sends it out of here. His first homer of the year, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 4-3. He kept swinging, and it paid off.
Well, that was a battle, Boog, and he just kept taking his cuts. Finally squared one up. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
Altuve, the next to hit, takes ball one. Next offering is down low.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
To the right side, and it finds its way through for a hit, and that extends the inning.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Just a simple ground ball the other way. They had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Isaac Paredes up next for the Astros.
That's a ball.
Just off the outside edge. That's out to center field. Buxton moves under it, and that is that. But not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. It's now a 4-3 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Bottom of the fourth, now the third baseman, Jose Miranda. Swing and a liner foul off to the right.
Well, these Twins showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Pitch count is pretty high, and they've plated 4 runs already, so I think it's safe to say their game plan is working out pretty well right now.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. That's a ball. Went with the sweeper.
So they forced the starter to put in a lot of work, and they've been able to get to him for some runs. And hopefully that bullpen phone is working today.
Pitch is in the dirt, and it's 2-2. And there's a ball.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at-bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
And now it's Christian Vasquez. Walked his first time. Foul ball there. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's one down.
Now batting, right fielder, Matt Walner.
Matt Wallner, the next Twin up to hit.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Just missed. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Ronel Blanco up and loosening in the pen. Valdez also getting ready. And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Shortstop, Carlos Correa.
Well, now here's Carlos Correa with a chance to hit. 1 for 2. Clips the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
0-2.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. One left for Minnesota, and it remains a 4-3 game. We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Bailey Ober. This is his 3rd time out this year.
Number 17, Bailey Ober.
Air Jordan steps in to take his hats. He's 2 for 2.
Alvarez.
Ober goes 6 feet 9 inches. He features a 4-seam fastball, a changeup, a cutter, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. And that one fouled off. In the air, center field. Buxton drifts towards it. Puts it away for the out. Christian Walker up next for the Astros. 0 for 2 in this one. And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Swings here and drives one well left field. Way back, and you can forget it. Into the second deck it goes. That's career homer number 149. And this game is tied. It's 4-4.
With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Here's the catcher, Yainer Diaz. On the corner for a strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
One out, base is empty, and a run in, and we're at the top of the fifth. Next offering is in for a strike.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
Inside, and the count 1-2.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in an 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
Struck him out without a swing. That was pretty nasty. Jeremy Pena up next for the Astros. He's one of the faster guys just by pure sprint speed in the majors. Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
The batter, number 7.
So next up for Houston, Brendan Rodgers. Fastball for a strike. That's off the mark, and it's a ball and a strike.
1-1.
Pena, the runner at first with 2 gone. Ober picks over, and he's back in safely. Swinging a foul straight back. Off the mark there. 2-2. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into right field. They stopped the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
First and second, 2 outs. And next to hit for Houston, Cam Smith. He's grounded out a couple of times. And fouled off.
Yeah.
Not close with that one. 1-2 the count.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball. But we're all tied up thanks to this solo homer. It's now tied 4-4. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back at Target Field, John Shambi with my buddy Chris Singleton. And set to get us started. Bottom 5, Byron Buxton. Eric Getty back to work. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. That's back there. Just missed it.
Woo, he was all over that first pitch fastball. Just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Here's Trevor Larnach. Just
No,
missed.
that missed. That's a ball.
Fastball for a strike at 95. And that's through there for a strike. Going to count 1-2. Got him. That's his 8th strikeout of the game.
Well, he froze him with a great fastball right on the corner. It's kind of like bowling when you think the ball's going to get into the gutter and somehow just hangs onto that edge and knocks down a pin. Well, he got the outside corner of the plate and got that called 3rd strike.
France stands in now, looks at that one inside. Upstairs. And that's ball 2. Swing and a high fly ball hit the air left center field. This one's got a chance. Alvarez going back on it. That's long gone. His first homer of the year. It's 5-4. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Can be pretty dangerous when you fall behind in the count 2-0. You've still got to try to find a way to keep that hitter off balance. Well, he wasn't able to do it there. The hitter did a nice job of turning that pitch around, not missing it in a hitter's count.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Spencer Arrighetti done for the day, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this. Ronel Blanco takes over on the mound. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Now pitching for Houston, number 56, Ronel Blanco.
Willie Castro, the next Twin up to hit. Swings over the top of that one.
0 balls, 1 strike.
Two down, bases empty, but 1 run across. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Back there. That'll make it out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. His 2nd of the year, and they tack one on the board. It's 6-4. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
Julian, the batter now as he swings and misses for strike 1. That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. And that keeps the inning alive.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Jose Miranda, the next Twin up to hit. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Julian leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Next pitch, a slider that misses outside. Just missed. Two outs. Fouls one off. 2-2. Good eye right there.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Next offering popped in the air, right field. And that is the third out of the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's a 2-run lead now at 6-4. Back after this on the show. And that is downstairs. Ball 1. Action in the pen down there. Cole Sands warming up for manager Rocco Baldelli. Colomb, the lefty, warming up as well. That's in there. Swing and a miss and a changeup in the dirt.
1-2. Count.
Struck him out looking. So the lineup flips over. Jose Altuve up to hit here. 1 for 3. Fouled off down the right side. To third, and it goes just foul. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Foul ball still 0-2. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Isaac Paredes up next for the Astros. There's a strike.
0-1.
And it's even up.
Ball.
High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And that'll do it. Offense held in check there. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Twins 6 and the Astros 4. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the Twins catcher, Christian Vasquez. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Well, these Twins, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. We've heard lots of loud noise coming from their bats in this one, haven't we? I mean, they've launched 6 hits at 90-plus exit velocity, and that doesn't happen by accident.
Now it's the right fielder, Matt Wallner. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Missed with a changeup. 1-0. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And now 2-1. One down, base is empty. Swing and a ball ripped right field, and that one back, and that one is gone. His first homer of the year, it's 7-4. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here. That's as big as it gets right there. You take advantage of a mistake. That is an ultimate. Here it is. Watch it. I'm going to jog around the bases.
One out, base is empty. Carlos Correa, the next Twin up to hit. Just missed.
That's a ball.
One of the things with Correa, the impact he makes, not just on offense, but defense as well. A guy who's won a platinum glove as the best defender in the American League. Probably my favorite note, though, on Carlos Correa. He likes to, before games, go to a regular old batting cage and take BP with his dad.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
Just missed. Blanco maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, pitchers, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
Here's a 3-0. And there's the automatic. Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
Well, partner, every pitcher's a little different. I liken it to you. Sometimes you come in and you're not as focused, and I kind of do what it takes to get you on track, and then you have a great show. So perhaps it's the same with him. Nobody really wants their rhythm broken up, but sometimes they need a little pick-me-up.
Runner on at first with one gone. Now it's going to be Byron Buxton. Buxton started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first. Yes, he did. That's a swing. Headed towards the corner. And that's a foul ball. Correa leads off first with one away.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
And a swing and a miss. And there are two down.
The left fielder, number 9,
Now the cleanup hitter for Minnesota, Trevor Larnach. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those two he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the dip.
Swing and a miss. Strike one.
0-1.
Fouled off left side. Two outs. That's down and in. A slider missed. In the air, left field, Alvarez on his way over, and that ends the inning. Twins get one on this homer. It's now a 7-4 ball game. You're dialed into the show.
Now pitching for
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Cole Sands.
Gets an opportunity to square off against his former team, so I wouldn't be surprised if he came out a little extra jacked up right here.
Now it's Yordan Alvarez.
the left fielder.
The Astros in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him right here.
Just off the inside edge.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
That's too low. And that's ball 2.
Right now, behind in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. No free passes. You can't allow that.
And another ball. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it can be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at-bat turns out.
Fastball for a strike. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And that one hops the wall. Makes the turn and heads for second. The relay, not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. And now, Christian Walker. He's already homered in this game. Popped up. France. And there's one down.
Oh, that's a frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter right there. I mean, that pitch was right down the middle. I think he got a little too excited, came out of his mechanics, and instead of driving that ball somewhere, he popped it up. Unfortunate for him.
And here's the catcher, Yainer Diaz. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Right through there for a strike.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
On the corner for a strike. 0-2 now.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. 1 out and a runner at second here in the top half of inning number 7. That misses the zone, and it's 1-2.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Good eye in that spot. Down on strikes, looking for the second straight plate appearance. Jeremy Pena up next for the Astros.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion, and he's in full speed.
In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Next one misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Out towards left center. Buxton sizes this one up, brings it in, and that'll do it. So the Astros lead one, and they're on the wrong end of a 7-4 score. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jonas Guillen on for his major league debut and a moment he will never forget.
Better believe that. It's always so special the first time you get into a big league ball game. I did it as a position player, but for him as a pitcher, I'm sure there's some nerves there. Probably don't want to squeeze the baseball too tight. Just relax and do what you're capable of doing.
France, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1.
Duel.
And that's a little bit high. And it's 3-0. There's the strike. Foul ball.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field not.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Has room, and he makes the catch.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
And here is Willie Castro. It was a homer for him back in the 5th. Just a solo shot, but an important swing in this game.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful swing as well. Everything just came together timing-wise, and he blasted it out of here.
In the air, left field, down the line. Did he trip? What happened? Sniper?
Great effort. That's how bad he wanted that one. Head first dive.
To the right side. Tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Now back, second baseman, Julien.
2 outs, base is empty. Edouard Julien, the next twin up to hit. And the first pitch is drilled in the air out to center. Brings it in. And that will end the inning.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Jorge Alcala.
Well, I got to think he probably has a little extra in the tank facing his former team, and there's not a player in the league that doesn't get a little extra motivation when he plays against his old squad.
And stepping in for the Astros, Brendan Rodgers. Correa jumps, throws, but he beats it out. And the leadoff man is on with an infield single.
It doesn't really matter where you are in the lineup. Your job is to get on base and try to start a rally if you're leading off an inning. So an infield single does the job right there. Now we'll see if they can make something happen.
Cam Smith up next for the Astros. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. And the first offering is not close.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
And another ball. Runner at first with no outs here. And that's downstairs. And that's ball 3.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Clearly taking all the way there in that 3-0 count. It was a cookie right down the middle.
Nobody out. Runner at first. Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout.
Well, that high four-seam fastball has become such a staple as a strikeout pitch over the years. And what's so tough as a hitter is that you see it extremely well. The problem is the velocity and spin rate just happens to jump by you. You expand your zone, you don't stay tall on the backside, and you're really not even able to make contact. If you do, many times it's a pop-up.
At the plate, Jake Myers. On the ground, 2 ball. Miranda over to second, double play. What a quick killing to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Twins 7 and the Astros 4. On to the bottom of the 8th, and now for the Twins, Jose Miranda. Guillen back to work. And there's a strike. Now 1-1. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Makes the catch for the out.
The catcher, number 8, Christian.
So here's Christian Vasquez. That catches the top part of the zone, and that's strike 1.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
1 down, base is empty. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
1 and 2 is the count.
That one
No,
missed.
that missed.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Goes down looking.
Well, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really locked him up. And as a hitter, it's not typically what you're looking for. You're trying to protect away and then in, so you can be a little bit tardy with 2 strikes. Hard to tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball, but either way, that's a really nice pitch.
Wallner stands in now and watches strike 1. Up the middle. Oh, great stop. Over to first. What a play. Inning over.
That was a great job at doing the math. He had the perfect angle. Diving stop completes the play, and that ends the inning.
Now pitching.
So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Justin Topa. A chance at his first save of the year. Now it's the DH, Jose Altuve. Altuve, a guy who loves the first pitch, that time taking, and it's 0-1. He's a bullpen arm that keeps the ball in the ballpark, but obviously out of the bullpen, you're looking to limit home runs.
Yeah, and that's why he's such a high leverage arm. Just doesn't matter for him. He looks at attacking the zone and attacking hitters regardless of the situation.
On the ground. On to France, and they get Altuve for the out.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
He's 2 outs away. Paredes getting ready to hit.
Right through there for a strike.
Bases empty, one away here at the top of the ninth. Next offering is fouled back. One down, base is empty. Ouch, that one drilled him. Throw not in time. It's an unlikely infield single. Catcher coming out to check on him. It looked like it got him on his back leg. So you'll wonder if that might be a problem for him in terms of pushing off the rubber.
Yeah, it's a great point, and we'll have to see how he looks. But to me, it appears he's moving pretty well. I think it's just going to sting for a while, but hopefully nothing more.
So man aboard, and now it's going to be Yordan Alvarez. That's in there. Strike one. Paredes at first, one gone. On its way to the corner, Larnach. Long run on his horse. Couldn't get to it before it dropped foul. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Goes down looking for the strikeout. And just one out remaining for Houston.
Well, just ripped a page out of the Greg Maddux playbook. Throw that pitch at the hip and just watch it jump back over the inside part of the plate. Tell you what, you are baffled expecting that to almost hit you and then end up as a called strike.
Walker in the box with two gone. And takes a look at a called strike. One strike away. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
This one finishes with a final of 7-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long